Alright, so disclaimer. Alright, so disclaimer. Alright, so um 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 Alright, testing. Alright, testing. Alright, testing. Alright, testing. Okay, sounds good. I can hear my beautiful echo. So, I look on Facebook Marketplace fairly often. It's got a very, for those that don't use Facebook that much, Facebook Marketplace basically has replaced Craigslist. And it's got a thing where you can search within a certain amount of miles from your house, and it's pretty good, except that the app and the website have two different searching criterias. Sorry, let me put my link here. Oh no, why is it not? Um, so if you use Facebook exclusively through the app, it does not let you search for local deals within a certain mile range. It's really dumb. So I usually forget and I use the app. But if you do it on the website, you can search within, say, like 5 miles and local, which is the ideal combination for me since, I don't really want to drive out super far for things. You know. Um, so, anyways, somehow I missed this one that was called a craft sale. And this lady was getting rid of a whole bunch of stuff from her mother, who passed about 3 years ago. She had tons of fabric, tons of patterns. I took a few pictures of her stuff. But it was like half her garage was taken up with her mother's craft stuff. And apparently, this is like the picked over amount of stuff. Who knows what I missed out, even though, I try and check Facebook often. Sometimes it's just not possible because I've got other stuff going on. Or, this was just called craft sale. I'm usually trying to put in specific terms like zippers, buttons, or fabric. Um, so, anyways, I see a whole bunch of thread in her pictures, and that was basically all that I saw besides the fabric. Um, so we go there to uh, pick up the thread. We have to go early in the morning because it's hot here in Texas. It's 88 degrees, which is for those not using freedom units, I think it's like 27 degrees Celsius, 27, 28. It's not horrible. And it's very humid today. It's something like 85% humidity, if I'm reading this correctly. Yeah, so 88 degrees, 85% humidity with an air quality alert, and a few other things. Barely any wind. Just a general miserable Texas August day. So we go early, and we find a lot of stuff. And she probably would have given us more, but honestly, I don't have a ton of room. Plush toys have taken up a lot of my extra space. And lots of craft supplies that I've accumulated over the years. So basically, what I got was things that either I would use, my friends would use, or that would be easy enough for me to resell to recoup some of the money. I did not spend a ton because she gave me a bunch of great deals, especially for what I got. Um, Also, I might be getting a job at a very local place who has contacted me about being a potential activity director. They're very, very close to my house, so that would be amazing if I could do like some sort of activities there, because, you know, they're easy for me to get to. So what you're looking at is a U-Haul box, and after enough ranting, you can see my beautiful poster board and foam board that I'm still using. This is not the box with the thread. The thread is in a completely different box because it is sort of boring to look at. So we're going to look at the more exciting stuff first, and then I'll go through all the thread. And I just started grabbing stuff, to be honest. So I didn't look at everything that I got because I figured, hey, one person, you know, Eyes and Alia will look. Amy will look at it a little bit on a VOD, and a couple people on my other server will look at it. You know. So, hopefully the camera will focus. If not, I will, flail around until it does. We're going to go with the stuff on top. So I tried not to get too much fabric because I have too much fabric. Way too much. And a lot of it I buy to resell. So I only picked up stuff that I thought I would use for embroidery. Or other, you know, for sewing or whatever. So I limited myself to the fabric. I could have taken so much more because it was such a good deal. This is a very nice fall looking thing. It looks like sort of like a fall forest. It's a little bit of oranges with gold metallic in it. It's not glitter. It's actually like a metallic fabric paint, so it stays on there permanently, which is really good quality. If you buy cheap fabric at like Joann's and stuff, a lot of it has very cheap glitter. This is not. This is like quilt store fabric, or higher end Joann's, I guess. I got little snowflakes. This would definitely make a cute background. I got some little stars on blue. Has a little bit of a mottled pattern. It looks very washed out in this, but I assure you it's got a nice type of sky blue color. I like to embroider on this type of fabric here. That's almost a batik because it's got a nice little background pattern and it's sturdy. So I picked up that, and I picked up almost, I think this is like a full yard of this. It's another nice one to embroider on. And this I could actually do a lot with them. So I was pretty happy that I would have liked this other one here to have been a full yard, but a scrap would also be fine with me. This is fabric that says it's from Eric Carle, and it definitely looks like the little crepe paper from like the Very Hungry Caterpillar and a few other things. I'm not sure if this is worth a ton. I'd check, but either way, I'll probably embroider on it if I don't sell it. And I only got a couple more pieces of fabric, and I think the others are buried. This is a little piece of polyester. This is a nice bag fabric. You can actually singe these with a lighter at the end. Just enough to make like one or two little pouches out of, which is plenty enough for me. Alright. And I fully expect the background to go tumbling at 1 or 2 points. We will be going a little slow as I put some bins over here to try and sort some of the stuff. But I think a lot of the sorting will be for the thread. So A lot of stuff's in bags also, so I'm going to be opening a bunch of stuff. So it's always nice to get rotary cutters. And this is an Olfa one. These are a little bit better than the Fiskars type, in my opinion. They're Japanese. They're just a little bit nicer. I actually have a couple of those already. And of course, every crafter has to have a box full of buttons. And there's buttons all through this. So we're just gonna go through them a little bit. They all look very modern. So there's nothing amazing, but a lot of them are very pretty. And I haven't seen any of these. I just started grabbing them. These are a resin type. I really like these. This is just a box of, a bag of assorted ones. Just looks like a bunch of dress shirt ones. Looks like more dress shirt ones that have just been sorted by color. These are pressed resin. These are still in a package. These are always nice. These will be fillers for me. These definitely came off of an outfit. These were probably on some sort of sweater. These are some kind of ivory ones. Definitely some sort of plastic. Couple brown ones. These are pretty. These are probably ones she picked up at Joann's at some point. They've got like a little resin, a textured resin center and metallicized plastic. Pretty common. These ones are probably ones she also picked up at Joann's and just stuck in another bag. It says inspected by number 68, size 7. Maybe something from clothing. These are like fake wood. These are kind of interesting. They're two squared holes. Some larger ivory buttons. Oh, here's a bunch of fake mother of pearl, and it looks like a couple real mother of pearls in here. Yeah, it looks like about a third of them are real. It's pretty nice, huh? These are probably assorted sweater buttons. Empty bag. Probably assorted buttons from her stash. Huh. These are pointed. They have like a little dome texture. That's definitely not going to show up well. Some old fabric coated buttons. They look pretty nice. Nice patterns. They don't look like nasty. They look like they're nice fabric. These are just some transparent buttons. Not exciting. Sorted red buttons. A little bit exciting. These ones look like some sort of cog or gear. These are definitely cool. Some more of that resin mother of pearl stuff. More of that. Just a sort of black buttons. And 3 empty bags. Alright, so this box is going to be for buttons. So this was in a container, and my mom helpfully put it in a bag so it wouldn't spill. It has a lot of assorted little buttons in here. A couple have like printed designs on them. couple of them have embossed designs. Definitely cool buttons in here though. These look like buttons she purchased for like crafts. So instead of just being like clothing buttons. Okay. And like I said, I just grabbed, so there's stuff like these are fabric covered buttons on hair ties. I don't know if I'd put these in my hair, but I'm sure someone would. I'll go ahead and put that in the button box. So the other thing that I picked up was a lot of embroidery thread. So her mother did a whole bunch of embroidery. She even showed off a jacket her mom did. And it was hand pieced and hand embroidery with buttons and stuff. The woman must have spent like 300 hours on this thing because it had a lot of embroidery, a lot of decoration. And if I had had some way to display it, it would have been a beautiful display piece. But I don't, and I admire the work she did on it. So this is a very expensive type of thread that is actually pure silk embroidery thread. I don't use this, so it's gonna get resold for sure unless someone else needs it. So she did have a whole bunch of this assorted floss as well, and I'll be pulling out several just assorted ones because it was all over the place. Some of this is DMC, and some of this is an older brand that we had here. It was it's got a few different kinds. It was called Lone Star. It was called American Thread. A bunch of different kinds just mixed here. Some DMC, some not. They're all about the same quality, to be honest. DMC is not particularly like amazing. Like you can match DMC. It's just they're more consistent on their coloring than a lot of brands. So I got more of this for doing embroidery. I still need to actually, hey, this has got some googly eyes for some sort of bear. I guess I'll use that in the button box. So what you can do with this is you can make an outline, like some of the things you've seen, and then you can couch this stuff down to basically be a 3D outline. I've got the thread to do that now, so I just need to find a good project for it. I can go in the embroidery box. And like I said, there's stuff in here that I have no idea what it can be. Like, I just saw beads. I grabbed beads. And I didn't grab all the beads either. These are just some plastic beads with the Aurora Borealis on them. Beads are going to go in that last box. Some pony beads. These definitely do not work anymore. They're supposed to glow in the dark. I would be surprised if they still worked. Some more of these AB colored beads. So these are the type of beads she liked to use for embroidery, and I'm attempting to learn how to use. They're called bugle beads. Put them in the embroidery box. Bunch of assorted like transparent white beads. Some pony beads. Some very, very small seed beads. We got some number 6s. some more of these. Some more number 6s and some very small bugles. Now, what are these? Oh, these are silver plated. Huh. Okay, they go in the embroidery stuff. Some very plastic, very cheap beads. Not exciting. So I grabbed a roll of this, and I think this is the, yeah, this is the thing that went on it. It says 100% polyester string. It said great for kites and craft projects. This is always pretty nice to grab a hold of. Used to use it for like macrame and other stuff. Let's put it with the buttons. That's from a kit. You're gonna see some shadow because I'm just digging out of this box. Okay. So, more assorted embroidery floss. I have no idea what she needed all of this color for, but maybe it was on clearance or something. No idea, but whatever I don't use, I'll find a use for. Had to grab these little plastic hooks. I like to use these for whenever I make like a plush toy into a hanger. I like to use the plastic hooks because they're very big. Goes with the beads. I didn't even see what some of this stuff is. This is some sort of Christmas decoration. More seed beads. More Christmas. I'll definitely have to put all the Christmas stuff together. And I don't really do Christmas, so that'll be someone else's Craig's Facebook Marketplace find. These are pretty cute little bows. Like flower type bows. Mom found this at the end. She said, "Oh, it's those animal eyes, like the ones that you tried to buy off Amazon. They didn't work, right?" I was like, "Oh, she has some of those. Yeah, that's cool." And then she shows me these, and I'm like, "Mama, these are googly eyes." We took them anyways, because I wasn't gonna turn down more googly eyes. That's more stuff I can vandalize. Just disclaimer, I've never vandalized anything with googly eyes. I want to, but I have never done so. These look like little hats for like a doll, maybe. She had so much beading chain. Like, so much. Little owls. Some holly. I found this near the end. It's just a tiny little sewing kit. I don't know. I wanted it, so I got it. This is wax linen cord. This one is pretty old because last time I had to buy some, it was not $1.39. It was like $6 or $7. And it was about this much. So she probably bought this in the mid-90s. It probably still works though. Looks like she before she passed knew how to use eBay, because I've gotten a lot of these from eBay a while back. Basically the exact same ones. Someone else will definitely love those. Some little butterfly embossed fabric. I have some stars like this too. some knit butterflies. Sort of knit flower. Oh, this is a pretty old bead. This is from when Blue Moon. This is like one of Blue Moon's very first tags when they were still when they were a much smaller brand. So this has got to be from the early 2000s, like whenever they first started, because I remember this tag. Another stack of embroidery. Not sure where she ordered this from, but this is actual gemstone. She had some more gemstones too. And I might eventually go and get some more. But I just, ow. Wow. Okay, so this says the original price was $19.94. Not the year, the price. Clearance for $9.29. And it's got some actual Swarovski crystals, so that's probably why it's so expensive. Definitely look this one up on eBay because it's nothing I'm interested in. Got this bag of just assorted glass check beads. Pretty interesting. Not gonna focus on the camera, but there you have soft facets. More crimbus. This is a glass ornament. It's glass and clear. A thing of seed beads. I love these. Okay, let's put all of the crimbus stuff and other stuff together. Okay. Some more random buttons. This is how much more we have to go through. It's a lot. Probably about another hour or so of stuff. So I don't know if these work, but they might. Markers. They were there. If they barely work, they'll go to the kids next door. If they work good, I'll use them with fabric. So I got this near the end. I just saw it sitting there. It's a spring hoop, some needles, and thread. I have not looked through it. Just saw it, stuck it in there, so we're going to take a look. And then I'll put everything back in the bag. So these spring hoops, I've only seen like a couple of times. I have to look up how to use them. But they keep your fabric much more tight than the screw ones. And obviously they're meant for using while you're doing stuff, not whenever to like hang up. But I've been told that they are a lot better for embroidery than, otherwise. I don't know. I've never had issues with mine, so. This looks like a bunch of Christmas color thread. A bunch of different needles. Wow. Some of these say 25 cents. These JP Coats ones. Yeah, this one is old enough that it doesn't even have a barcode. So this has got to be like the 60s. And this is a set of well-worn needles because there's like 4 of them left. Maybe 5. It says 95 cents. So this is probably late 80s. These doesn't look like she ever opened. No, she opened it. I see one's missing. 95 cents. No barcode. So these are Aunt Martha's hot iron transfers. You can still get these at like Walmart. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen them at Walmart. So these aren't worth a ton, but I'm sure someone would want, someone would want it. I must admit I was hoping to find more embroidery hoops, but I got, one, so that's one more than I had, especially because it's a nicer hoop. Okay. So she actually went into the house and got me this giant bag of seed beads. And one second, I got... Oh, poor Zach is trying to do his nails and they aren't coming out good. Well, anyway, so she went out and she went back in the house and got this bag of seed beads for me. And as you can see, it's pretty big. And we also couldn't quite, just look at like the size of the hefty bag it's in. Couldn't find like, I'd never seen a bag like this, this big. So it must be like a double-sized one. Pretty cool though. So, let me just quickly go through them. Wow. I think she might have done bead weaving or something because these are on ones that are called hanks. You see that thread? It's where all the individual threads would be up there, and this is several of them. So either she really liked this color. Well, I mean, obviously she liked this color. She has like 1,000 things of thread in it. Oof, burped. There's a lot in here, and these are actually look like they're precision cut, so I'm probably going to put these on eBay or a bead group, to be honest. Like, I don't mind using these cheap little beads because no one's going to buy these, unless I do a big lot. But I could use these for my embroidery. Some rainbow colored ones. Those ones are pretty common to find. These ones are very stiff and I'm not sure why. Like, these might have wire in them, so it might have been like some sort of Christmas, like pre-made Christmas wrap or something. Not sure. So this is what one of the hanks looks like. You can kind of see it better here. And this is about a standard size hank with a little bit missing. So there's a lot in this bag right here. And then the top one just looks like loose. This is a newer Blue Moon tag. This is from like 2010. Just glass seed beads. 2008, yeah, I was pretty close. Looks like she's got a bunch of these. All different colors. Her daughter did say that she worked at Michael's and Joann's and a few other places, and it shows because a lot of the stuff is like, this went to clearance and she bought it all out. I mean, I can't blame her. Shit, if I end up working for one of them, I will definitely do the same thing. Orangey. Pretty nice color orange. And here's a purple that hasn't discolored. So the issue with purple glass is that purple tends to be a... So to get red, they have to use lead. And so obviously for purple, they also have to as well. I mean, I say obvious, but sometimes, you know, you can find random stuff. Like, they don't use it for orange. There's other sources of orange. But these have actually held up their color really well for cheap seed beads, so they'll probably stay purple their entire life. They had a lot of issues with purple seed beads in the 70s and 80s not retaining their color because they would use non-leaded colors. And it's totally safe as long as you don't ingest like a ton of beads. Like it's suspended in the bead, and it won't cause you anything unless you eat them, and a lot of them. These are a little bit of a rustic red. Like, they look like they're attempting to be like a brick. Yeah, I'd say they're pretty good. This is a strand. No, these are like a metallic cranberry, which she must have also liked because I see a bunch of these. This color is really nice. I can definitely do a lot with that. Yeah, see, these type of beads I'm definitely going to just add to my stash because they're already opened. And she was very neat and organized them all. These have the color inside of them and the outside white with a little bit of Aurora Borealis. I really like this kind because they look very classy from far away. They look sort of terrible up close, but from far away they look really good, which is where you're going to see a lot of them on like wall decor. This is like a nice happy pumpkin color. Pretty good. So this mix is definitely from Hobby Lobby. I can tell without even looking at this little tag right here. This is one of their signature mixes. Man, so I found another one of these green things. And I'm pretty sure this is meant to be like for a little tiny Christmas tree. Like you just use it as tinsel because it's like just wrapped. So I guess, you know, I'll put these with the Christmas stuff later. Since I can't really think of like what I would use them for. But they're also green, so it's like what? Maybe you use it to string the ornaments on there? I really don't know. It is a mystery to me. Let's put these in the box with the Christmas stuff down there. Okay. And then a bunch of the rest of the stuff looks like purchases from eBay. As I mentioned a few other times a while back on eBay, if you knew what to do, you could get seed beads for like 25 cents. And that's where most of mine came from. This is how they'd come in packages. I'm sure she paid like the default 99 cents for them. Because a lot of people did. This type of purple will rub off if you use it on like jewelry or clothing. Because it's coated. This rubs off. But, you know, for my stuff, it's perfectly fine. Yeah, just packages. There's a blue, a pink, some purple inside color, some more purple, orange, brown. This one was probably a package she got from Doris or West Rim and just stuck it in a different bag. Brown. This is another eBay purchase. These are actually little silver beads. They're like 2 or 3 millimeters. These are actually kind of expensive now because of eBay not letting anything under 99 cents. So these probably were like $8-10 now. It used to be pretty cheap. Some pearlized purple, which yeah, this kind of definitely rub off if you did it in jewelry, but I'm not doing it in jewelry. I'm doing embroidery, so great for me. I've barely scratched the surface of this box, and we're at 40 minutes, and I'm going quicker than I usually would. Some color inside blue, pretty good. Oh, these ones are just white with some pearl, and this actually looks like actual pearl color instead of the white kind. They're black inside color. Another from Westrim, some greens. So there's a couple beads at the bottom of this that I don't really want to pull out. Let's see, some green, transparent, yeah, transparent green. And transparent brown. I will pull out, let's see. So this looks like she used part of the hank and then tore it off, but let me lay this down. So this is about one strand of a hank, and then you would have a little bit of the string at the top. And a hank is whenever they take about 16 strands and tie a knot in the top. These are some other little amethyst beads here. They're not actual amethyst, they're glass. It's just amethyst colored. Alright, these are all going back in the same bag. So 1 second while I do that. Maybe one day I'll have it nice and I'll put like another poster board here. But more likely I'm not going to because this is just a massive bag though. Okay. Let's see what's next. Oh, this is what those buttons were in. And then we filled it with empty bags. Very nice that they didn't spill all over the place. Okay, so I just grabbed her whole drawer of zippers. I didn't even look to see what kind they are, so give me a second. I'm going to start pulling out. Wow, this is a long zipper. What would you even do with that? Maybe it's one of those ones that you cut. Think I got more stuff dumped on top. Yeah, I do. So it looks like a lot of these are invisible zippers, which I don't use. Some of them look like regular zippers. We'll take a look here in a moment. I know there's more underneath here. Okay. Nope. I see another stash right here. You better be looking because you're going to get some of these zippers. There we go. I'm going to laugh later just looking at me throwing all these zippers in a pile, raining down like confetti. I've given out a bunch of the zippers that I got at a thrift store. So I only have like a couple invisible ones left and a bunch of the sport ones. So getting regular non-invisible zippers would be great. Okay, looks like a bunch of these are regular. Oh, what bag do I want to put these in? Or box. The one that's got the least stuff in it right now, probably. Okay. So this type is an invisible zipper. And it's used in the back of dresses or skirts. And they're not difficult to sew. You can use them on purses and other stuff. I like the look of the zipper teeth personally. Nothing, you know. I guess they're usable. If I get a preference, I like the teeth look. If I don't, I won't die. Someone's zooming outside. Okay. Let's see. I'll just stick them in the beads. Okay, so we got these two. Oh, this is a nice, like, dark periwinkle color. It's a long zipper. This looks like something you'd like, Alia. It's like a periwinkle type gray. This is the color I like. This is a long zipper, though. I'm not sure what you would do with that besides, like, a duffel bag. It's like 22 inches. This is another color I like. It's very short. It's an invisible zipper. That's not, that's usable. It's a peach, purple. Let's see, a white and a black. Damn, this is just a lot. I have been looking on purpose for zippers on Facebook since I have run out. And if you're buying these at like Joann's or somewhere, you gotta expect to pay like $2 to $3 a zipper. So I only have a few whenever they go 50 off. So yeah, this is jackpot right here. And like I said, all I did was grab as many as she had from the drawers. Oh, this is an Alia one right here. It's very short and very gray. Oh, here's one that's got metal teeth. This would be for like a nice purse. Oh, here's another one that I like the color of. Looks like there's two of them. So I guess I should make like two small little pouches. They're a little bit smaller than what I like, but I'm not complaining. Two more metal teeth. These are actually nice ones. These are both Talon brand. They're a little bit, they're not as good as YKK, who makes the best zippers, but they are definitely not the cheap Coats ones. This is a piece of elastic. Oh. Looks like she... Oh, yeah. Most of these look like she seam ripped them off of clothing, which is what I was in the middle of. My neighbor gave me some boots I was seam ripping. Very nice. I can't... This she might have, like, started to make and then decided she didn't like it. We've got a brown, a cranberry, and a like dark teal. And these all ones are from Robin. They're a little bit less, well, most of them look like they're from Robin. Some of them are Talon. Robin is a little bit more of a, you don't usually see that anymore. They're okay quality. They're about the same as Coats and Clark's. Here's a YKK zipper. They are like, if you look at your pants and it's like a decent pair of pants, there's a good chance that they've got a YKK zipper. They are very prolific and better quality clothing. Like if it's like from like Target or Walmart, you might not, but most Levi's, they'll have it. This one is Falcon. Not sure of that brand. Might be a line. Damn, I mean, we still got so many zippers to look at. Here's another Alia one. It's short and gray. I'm pretty sure that she would love these for like little pouches. So whenever I violently tag her to look at my stuff later. This is a really long boy. And a twisty boy. So usually for this, what it is, it's like it gives you a bunch of zippers and you can determine how long you want. But I didn't see any zippers. They could be around here, who knows. But usually you buy this by like 2 or 3 yards and cut it to what you need. You buy the zippers in pieces. I don't know, maybe I grabbed them from something else. Who knows? It's just wow. Yeah, I just like... I was just amazed at the amount of zippers. A lot are unbranded. There's a bunch of elastic here as well. She actually had some dressmaker's elastic, which is great because once the pandemic hit, all elastic was hard to get. And one of my friends wants me to try and sew them some skirts. Hey, Alia, your brother says that he can smell you all the way from his room. Just an FYI, you're probably very stinky. Thank you, Chaos. I let everyone know that Alia is indeed stinky AF. Tell her to come look at all these zippers too. Or watch the video later. Because she's getting some of these, and I have at least like 2 other people who I'm going to show this to. And they also will need to tell me what zippers they want, because that is a lot of zippers. That is more zippers than I would ever use. So I'm pretty happy about that. And there's just been like a lot of assorted elastic. This is a zipper that's still in its little pouch. And if you go look up at Joann's, they're like $4 a piece per zipper for just this kind. Metal teeth or bigger zipper cost more. So this is not quite trash, but not quite good enough. Let's just move that over here. Little package of seed beads, says $2.95. These are actual nice seed beads because they say Sheck on them. Okay. So, I've got a whole bunch of stuff in this little snowman tin. We're going to push that aside. There we go. So, as all of us crafters do, we accumulate 1,000 types of needles that we use like once or twice. And she seems to be no exception. And a lot of these I already have, but ones I plan to just probably bulk off the ones that I can't use. So, this is basically brand new out of package. They're tapestry needles. Always good if you're doing like kids crafts. They have a little bit of a sharp point, but enough to get the yarn through. These are doll eye needles. Whenever you're making a doll, you often need to do a bunch of complex twisting with the cord in order to pull its face in. I actually have a set of these, probably the exact same set, so I don't need it. But these are very useful if you're making any sort of stuffed animal that has multiple parts to its face. They're also really good if you're doing a bunch of the Japanese type of flowers, because you often have to do different types of knots and ribbon on the thing, and these are very good for that. Just a thing of applique sharps. You have to have very small, thin needles in order to put the fabric on the other fabric. Wow, that's amazing. But you basically have to have a very small needle to do, and these are what you would use those for. Curved needles. Usually you use these for repairing stuff like carpet. If you ever have to have any dental work where they sew on you, these are also the kind that they use for like those. Well, obviously they use surgical grade, but they use these type for anything like stitches. Fun fact. These are in between for hand quiltings. This is when you put so whenever you're hand quilting, generally you use thin pieces of paper to help you brace it. This is for putting like hexagons or something else that you have to hand quilt together, which again, you have to have very small needles. These are so easy to lose, and I do not use them, so these are going. These are large eye needles for ribbon. This is like for very thin ribbon, but basically you would take like this and you'd thread it through there. I think I have enough of these. Same thing, but it's opened. I believe this little package right here. Yeah, this goes right there. So I saw these, and these are super cute. They're just very tiny buttons. These would be great for my fillers. Absolutely great. These are snap fasteners. These have a 33-cent Walmart tag. So these have got to be from the early 90s. Just like, wow. These are ones you do by hand with a hammer. So these went on sale a couple times. First was $1.80 and then $1.19 from Hobby Lobby. So these ones are from the mid 2000s, because that's when La Mode did the gold printed ones down here. Pretty cute. They are completely plastic. I'm not sure what I'd do with them. Wow, this went on sale for 19 cents. And this tag here is from before Big Lots was basically like another Dollar General. And they actually were like pure clearance. This is the tag they use. This just brought back a wave of nostalgia, because I remember buying a whole bunch of craft stuff that had this same tag. Like, man. Yeah, that's a wave of nostalgia right there. I've had a lot of nostalgia today, along with kid pics and that. Just unexpected. This is another heart button with... Those are glass rhinestones. It was $5.50. That's even got the price in the back. Wow. Not guaranteed washable and dry cleanable. Some more of these guys. Some more black buttons. Not as cute as the others. Some kind of snaps. Not sure. Button basics. Huh. Well, there are some basic buttons. Yeah, I remember grabbing this. This is a bunch of mixed, mostly solid metal, some metallicized plastic, all in gold. This is definitely a bag she put them in. I have no idea what they're from, but they have a whole bunch of really neat... Can't really see on this side. A bunch of these are really neat. Some are real, some are like that one is just metallicized plastic. Just looks like in a couple assorted fabric buttons. Couple other assorted things. We might take a look at these. We'll take a look at the mix bags someday on stream. For sure. Okay, so this looks like an impulse purchase that she probably bought, like she lost like her favorite needle. These are pretty nice ones though. They are precision ones made in Japan. So better than the dollar store ones. Oh yeah, they're old. They don't even have a UPC. So these have got to be like 70s, maybe early 80s. As I mentioned, barcodes weren't really a thing until 83, and then they didn't have widespread adoption until about 89. So if you see something like that, you know, and it doesn't look like it's a mom and pop branded thing, it's got to be from about that age. 1 dozen button pins. They look like weird safety pins, so they must have some sort of... Maybe you put like the shank and then you can just pin the shank on there. Let's see. Change buttons on a whim. Instead of sewing, attach buttons with button pins to remove easily before cleaning. Oh, okay. So you would put this on your shirt and use that button that said it couldn't be washed. Yeah, that sounds right. It's... Okay, at first I thought this was a little creepy, but he's actually not too bad. There we go. Now we can focus. I'm sorry if it's not in focus. it's hard for me to look at the screen and this at the same time. He's all right. I thought he was terrifying at first, but I understand now. He's not too bad. Oh, we have so many of these to go through. We're gonna be here for like an hour just on the buttons and things. Some more betweeners. I think I have this set of embroidery needles too. There's so many of these. Some more quilting needles. These actually have a barcode, so probably the other ones were probably in the mid 80s. Couple snaps. These ones you can use for purses. These other ones are a little bit too flimsy. Little bear button. Not guaranteed washable or dry clean. Genuine wood. Yeah, this is definitely like a craft button. Some more of these stars that were $3 originally. Wow. A hand-painted wooden bead. It's nice. Wow, these were $5.50 for 2 buttons. Buttons are expensive, y'all. If you've never stepped into like Joann's and looked at the price of buttons, man, they can get expensive. Like these are $2.50. $2.50 for 2 buttons. Large eyelet kit. Well, I do need some of these for when I make more drawstring bags. I don't know if you have to have a... It says it includes 2 tools, which I don't know what that means. But we'll figure that out. It does look like you use a hammer or something on the back. Okay, they go over here. Okay, she must have got these on clearance, because no way she's paying $3 for 3 buttons and never using them. I get nervous when I pay slightly more than that for a project and never use it. So what I'm thinking is a couple years back, Joann's actually cleaned out almost all of their button inventory for... They first did everything for $1 a package, then 50 cents, and then I swooped in when they were 25 cents. And I sold a bunch of them on eBay throughout the years. I just used my free listings. So now that I'm thinking about that, I'm guessing that because she worked at these places too, I'm sure that wasn't the first time that Joann's did it. I'm sure that she paid like 25 cents a piece for these. Because there's just too many. I mean, she had a lot of craft supplies, but that's just more than what someone would just have sitting around. Oh, this has a really, really cute goose in like a bonnet and hat and some buttons to go with it. It's got that Big Lots tag. There's like 6 little tiny buttons in here. Red boring buttons, but they were $1.10. Textured white ones. Oh, these have a nice texture here. Some more red ones. Some more quilting needles. She must have done hand quilting. Or, I have no idea why you'd need so many of these. 1 second, I'm looking at Discord. Okay. Couple more of these. These ones. These have a little bit of a interesting pattern on them. Red. Some more of these. Okay, these look like ones that she probably used like a couple of. These say washable, dry cleanable, and they're metallicized plastic, it looks like. We'll need to check out those. These are pretty. So these have a domed holographic effect. Honestly, I would put these on like a child's shoe or something. These have a domed holographic effect. If I make like a new needle book or something, these are definitely going to be something that I consider because they look very like Lisa Frank type. Just some more red buttons in a bag. Some more heavy duty snaps. Some 4mm gold plated beads made in Japan. 69 cents with a barcode. This is probably from like we had like basically a general store before Walmart bought up all these places that was called Ben Franklin. Yes, Ben Franklin. And it had a whole bunch of this type of stuff. Basically, you know, all the stuff they got folded into Joann's was like this type of place. And this reminds me a lot of the things that were there. We also, I mentioned before, a place called Fazio's. God, there were so many places before Walmart came in and just took everything over. But this packaging looks like something that would be from there. Put that over there. Looks like some gold bugle beads with a little bit of twist. These are definitely not going to show up good on camera. Yeah, they are not. But they have a lot of texture. Okay, maybe this shows up. They have a lot of different texture on them. Very, very nice for using for necklaces. I really like those. Just a couple of assorted buttons. Beads, buttons. Oh. Some star type. These would be nice, like, pouch beads, too. $0.19. Oh God, yeah. This is from Big Lots. This is from Big Lots. It's got their their orange little tag. Whew. Nostalgia, man. Okay, this lady also loved cats. Mom got a whole bunch of cat stuff, and here's a whole bunch more cat buttons. Like a lot of cats. Like, you know, we have some cats. They're decent animals, but she fucking loved cats, man. Easter egg? Like Polynesian Easter eggs? I have no idea. Decorative chain? And just a tiny little bit? I guess you would... Oh, okay. This popped out here. I have no idea what you would use this, like, tiny little piece of chain for. I don't know. She's got another one here, too. Another thing of button pins. We're, like, maybe halfway through this. maybe. A whole bag of these. These say Walmart 158. These got to be from like the 90s. She's got like 6 of them all together. Wonder what she was doing with them. Mostly looks like assorted metallicized plastic beads, but there's a couple metal ones in here. There's a couple resin, looks like. We'll definitely look through these on stream sometime. Okay, I'm just going to hold this so I can get through here a little bit faster. Just assorted buttons. Whoa, this is going to be a cool thing to sort. These almost all feel like plastic. Which is okay. Fancy button value pack with a barcode up here by Jesse James. Well, these will be fun to sort. This is a sorted bag of blue and brown. I see quite a few ones that are pretty looking. I've really been lucky with buttons this year. Some brown ones. These are some of the first things that I found. Some more of these little stars. Oh, these are so tiny. Look at how tiny these are. These are just ridiculously. These are about 4 millimeters. For those of you who know what millimeters are, about 1/6 of an inch. So tiny. Some unfinished wood buttons. I would not wash these. These say for clothes. I would not put them on clothing without finishing them. Is this like a hummingbird? It doesn't look like it's... I think maybe if you put it on like a magnet. Focus. Yeah, there we go. I think if you put it on like a magnet. Put you over here. A big ass moon bead. This is Zach, but in a bead. Button. Eyes, if you could screenshot this and just post it in the chat and say Zach as the button. Yes. Big ass boobies. I have no idea why there's that. Yep. Just say this is Zach as a button. Some more of these interesting ones. And also this bear. For anyone who's watching this on YouTube and just stumbles on there, because I've had a couple people do that, I'm streaming this on Twitch, and I'm not bothering to edit it. So, I'm attempting to be good, but also, we're only attempting. This is, Royal Bohemian Blue Moon. This said 2009. Kind of interesting. Put that over there. Some more wooden bead. Button. Hey, these are like gingerbread felts. They're called felt buttons. You get 17 of them. Into the Christmas stuffer. Okay, these are little beaded flowers that you can put on greeting cards. I remember seeing them on other stuff before. They say self-adhesive. Maybe it still works. This is an empty box. More of these guys. These are a couple metallic ones. It's got the side open, so there might be more. I'm going to assume that... Oh, there's more of the holographic ones. Okay, these are metallicized plastic, but they're the nice kind. These are the kind that are probably washable. There we go. Hand washable, do not dry clean. These are some kind of rhinestone buttons. It's like a flower shape, and then each little circle thing is a little rhinestone. Okay, and then there's just a pile of buttons here at the bottom. I'm pretty sure, because this is okay, I'm just going to describe this. It is a naked lady holding a plant on a pendant. And it's made of plastic. Yeah, I'm not going to show that on camera because I'd be too afraid of Twitch. That's why I look at... Oh, there's another one over here. It's a different color. It's a little bit why I'm... Oh, these are the plastic rings that came out of that little thing. Let me gather them up. A bunch of the buttons just fell down to the bottom of this. Like I said, I just grabbed plastic rings, ideal for crafts. How many were in here? 10 pieces. Okay, she used some of them. I don't know what you would use these for, but, you know, apparently she did. Big bronze button plastic. This is a holographic printed puff star. Would be like for a hair bow or something. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna use that. The rest of the buttons down here, besides the booby buttons, here's Saturn. It's almost a Neptune, but I think this is Saturn. Yeah, I will definitely sort through these buttons here and we'll go over them sometime. These have all got to go back in their tin, anything that I put to the side, because there's too many. I really need a thing to put these needles in. Give me a second to look for something to put them in. Okay. I got this Taco Bueno box that I use for sorting stuff. And it's going to sort these needles for now. I see you like my description. I mean, I'll take a picture of it later. I'm just not going to show it on stream. And I don't know. Here's another one of these things. So, I'm actually pretty glad that I found these. And Discord wants to be in front. No Discord. So these are just pins, and my cats have knocked over a bunch of sewing stuff recently, so I'm pretty happy to have some more because these have gotten lost or thrown away. Most of them are probably been thrown away rather than lost, to be honest, because otherwise a vacuum cleaner would find out. Okay, so looks like we got maybe another 15-20 minutes of stuff. She had some stickers. This is just an empty. There are no stickers here. There are stickers here, though. These are some vintage Mickey Mouse, and some of these Sandyline stickers go for a lot of money. Like ridiculous amounts. So I'm going to check all of these. More Sandylion. So this should tell you how old these are, especially older Sandylions go for. That price sticker says MJ Designs, which is... So Michaels as a company down south was under MJ Designs, and up north was Michaels. And until the other brother finally sold his half or died, I don't remember, they merged together. So we've only had Michaels up here for 9 years, I think. And then MJ Designs was out of commission for a while. So these were purchased in 97. So yeah, I remember not having a Michaels or MJ Designs for like 6 years around here. So these are all probably around that age, and these are probably worth a considerable amount. Old Lisa Frank stickers are also worth quite a bit. I know Stickopotamus still makes theirs too. These are cats and dogs. I have no idea if they're worth anything. Some snaps. 2 pairs. Where did I put that? Oh, yeah, I put them over here. Wow, some of these stickers are really cute. There's like some peacocks here. And some teddy bears. And, I just want to emphasize that while I was getting the stuff from this lady, I was actively trying to tell her, hey, if you do this, you can get more money. And she basically just told me, take whatever I want, pay what I want, because she just wanted her garage back. So I am going to help her get her garage back by showing to another local group. And I might even go back and get some more. Maybe. I don't really see anything else besides I could even use besides beads. But I got an amazing deal. So a little bit more fabric I picked up at the end. This is just some cat fabric. It was just assorted cuts. Like I said, she loved cats. I don't know what I'll do with it. It was just because it was there. unceremoniously just dump it. Okay. Some more ribbon embroidery needles. I don't know why she has so many needles, but I had to have them all because... Oh, Amber's. Amber's is another place that I've heard about, but I've never been to. Maybe that's why she has so many. Maybe they were on clearance. Who knows? She also had a whole bunch of dressmaker pencils. It's like those chalks I showed off. Except it's a pencil, and to be honest, it's a lot nicer than the chalk. But I picked up all of them. And it's, okay, so she must have gone to places. Oh, she actually has like I think she was, oh, okay. Okay, so this is, I'm gonna block out part of her stuff, because this, okay, the number's no longer in service, so I guess it doesn't matter because, but she basically seemed to have some sort of quilt shop of some sort in her later years. So a lot of the stuff she probably bought and resold them. And this little thing right here that I just looked at had her name and address, which is what I was just trying to see if I wanted to block out or not. But it's not worth, you know. So this is elastic for skirts. Pretty nice. I'm gonna definitely try some with this. It's 3 yards. I mean, I've seen a few things that have had that name written on it, so I'm gonna assume that that must be why she had so much of this stuff. She probably bought it to resell. Some more safety pins. These have little buttons on them. I mean, not safety pins. Straight pins. Pretty cute. These are some Susan Bates embroidery needles. These are actually pretty expensive now that Susan Bates has gotten bigger. These are needles for fixing sweaters. They're called yarn darners. They are for like if you accidentally have like your yarn in a sweater undo, you can use these to fix it. Some more quilting needles. Oh, these are also expensive. They're clover. Another thing of clover too. Some snaps. Looks like she used like 2 sets of them. This is a it has a magnet in the back. Okay, so basically what they do is they get a little box. They put one of the magnetic things that you make like magnets out of, and they just stick one part down, because this other part is you know, you could just pull this off, and you can stick your needles on there and it's magnetic. And then I just did a shrug. Useful. I actually have some different systems, so they're not useful to me, but maybe, you know, maybe Ale wants it, maybe my other friend wants it. 2 more zippers. Some more seed beads. This is some elastic. No idea if it's still good. Problem with a lot of elastic is that if it's stored in the heat or if you launder it a lot, it no longer works. Let's see. So this is 1 inch by 30 inch for a skirt. Not enough for my fat ass, but enough for my friend, I think. Some fancy elastic. This is the kind that you would use to make underwear with them. If you've ever experienced underwear, this is the type of elastic that's on them. I assume most people have them at one point in their lives, but I can never be sure. $0.19 zipper in a package. Wow. This is probably from 60s, maybe 70s from the package. Lots of seam rippers, and I took all of the seam rippers because I personally have lost like three seam rippers, and you can never have too many of them. More elastic. More assorted needles. Doesn't look like any of these are missing. Snaps. Snaps. Some more of these needles. Some more yarn needles. Assorted hand sewing needles. These do not have a barcode on them, so they are probably old. It said suggested retail price at $1.30. Let me show you. $1.30. No barcode. So she used a couple of these needles. Maybe even the ones... No, those are too small. Some more of these. Let's see. Okay, so these are what those ones that were called that I was having trouble identifying. Sew on hook and eye closures. I was really hoping to have an extra box. I think once I get done with this pile, I'm going to go refill my water. I'm going to drink. And I'm going to start putting the boxes in bags so that I can start showing off some of the thread. Okay, just a couple other assorted. These all have barcodes, so they're newer. Snap fasteners. Some more bugle beads. This is an old Hobby Lobby tag. No barcode, but that's not surprising for Hobby Lobby. If you're not aware of Hobby Lobby, they refuse to use SKUs or barcodes because they believe that they're the mark of the devil. So their warehouses would frequently come up with inventory errors, and they have no way to track shrink at their stores. So they are an extremely popular place for people to steal from because they have no idea if they've got products in stock or not. Sorry, I just thought that and didn't say it. Some bead treasures. These are a expensive con that are the expensive one. These are actually Ceylon brand. These are from Hobby Lobby, I believe. This is a fairly old kind. Anyways, so if you've ever been in a Hobby Lobby and been followed, literally their inventory keepers are their security. So they tend to have a lot more security than other stores. And so I was always wondering why we were being followed at Hobby Lobby. I mean, I've never sold or anything. I don't do that. But I would always be followed by people, and a couple times even stopped. And I mean, yeah, I've got like a tiny little purse. It's the same purse I've been using for a long time. But that is indeed their entire security system is just that. It's also why they don't do store pickup, because they have no idea if they've got it in stock. So, Bead Gallery. This is Michael's, I believe. Yeah, it's Michael's. Because it's Howcraft. This is pretty nice. Gotta clip this so Ross doesn't see it. No eyes, do not clip it. Do not clip this part and show it to Ross. Oh no. That was a couple more needles. Hey, it's a different set of needles we haven't seen before. 39 cents. With a barcode. Yeah, she must have had a store or something. No one would need like 10 things of embroidery needles like that. Or maybe they were just good deals. Man, it's just I can't decide. Some ribbon and another zipper. Crafty buttons. Oh, there's a variety here. I grabbed one of these bra extenders. She had a few of them. I maybe should have grabbed the rest. I don't know. I don't really need a ton. Be nice to have one. So these are our Cruel embroidery needles. These are for wool yarn. Some more snaps. A thing of sewing machine needles. Which, she did have sewing machines, but apparently all of them were sold. Besides the embroidery machine. She had one of the actual, like computerized embroidery machines that are very expensive. 2-inch eye pins. So I also got some of these decorative needle threaders. I actually just bought a set, but I definitely like more since I tend to lose or break them. Which is, you know, they're meant to be not very expensive. So these are the set of needles like I showed before. They have some curved needles. You can use these on couches and mattresses. This just says mattresses and seats. Carpets and heavy work. Chairs and sofas for that long one. Sacks, bags, and hampers with that one. And this is usually the carpet needle. Looks like one of the needles has been popped out. Tents, decks, chairs, canvas, and then coats, gloves, and leather. It looks like he's popped out. Oh, eyes like the if you have ever experienced underwear. So one of my friends, and I think she's you'll have to forgive me if I don't have the religion right, but some sort of Jain, which is some sort of factor of Hindu, I believe. It's the ones where they don't eat garlic and onions and things in that family. Her whole family doesn't wear underwear. And I have no idea if she's like, I just know that about her. So I can imagine someone who's never experienced underwear. And so, I was just being careful. This is another example of a hank. You can see they're kind of twisted together. Some snaps. Bobbin wraps. Elasticized bobbin wraps keep thread from unwinding from any bobbin. Clear so you can see what these are. Just like extra thick rubber bands, which is cool. Two watch faces. These look kind of old. I don't know if they still work. The batteries are probably dead. More of these cool beads. Oh god, these are old beads. These are very old beads from the 70s. Some of the stuff from the warehouse that we bought out, these are the type of beads that were super popular in the 70s. And it looks like it. Yeah, these are from National Craft Supply, which used to be a very huge thing in downtown Dallas. This even has their old address, which is 118 South Tatum Street. I remember Kurt telling us all about how he used to import beads through them. These are trash right here. And I believe this is one of the other seam rippers. No. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. These are actually, this says from Western Germany. This is combination seam ripper and tweezers, it appears. And how do I... Oh, okay. It's meant to be like... What just dropped? Oh, a spring. Oh, okay. Well, let's put that back here. This is very old. This is from like the early 80s, perhaps. Let's see. I'm not exactly sure how this goes, and I might have messed it up. But one side of this is a pair of tweezers, and the other side is a seam ripper. And somehow I took out the spring. Well, that's something else to fix for a different day, huh? I'm sure that I did it wrong. Okay, let's at least put it back together-ish. Okay, yeah, that part was just supposed to stay in there. Yeah, same ripper, tweezers. Pretty nice. I'll definitely take a look at this a little bit more and probably actually put this in my little sewing kit. Okay. So, I'm going to take a short break. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the microphone for a little bit. Oh, I forgot to do this Altoids tin box. A very old Altoids tin. And inside, I think, is buttons. No, it's safety pins. The lady said that her mother never met a tin that she didn't like, and it's very true. I mean, I got a snowman tin here, and I got Altoids tin, and there was even more I could take. I've been good and have been consolidating my stuff into less boxes, and I'm going to start just getting rid of things that I'm never going to use because either I'm done with them or, you know, so maybe about a fourth of this stuff is stuff I'm never going to use, so it's going to go. And then probably about half of it's probably going to go on eBay over the next year. And then probably the remaining fourth is stuff that I'm going to keep for myself. Huh? Anyways, I need to get more water. I need to get some bags. I'm going to go ahead and mute. You can stare at this beautiful box for a while and have its couple words burned into your mind. All right, I am back. So I'm sure everyone's enjoyed staring at the box for a little bit. I know it's your new best friend. It's my new best friend too. So I had to wash my hands. This one wasn't as dirty as a lot of them have been. This looks like mostly she kept it in boxes and, you know, other nice stuff. So I'm gonna bag up this stuff so I can go ahead and bring in the thread. But we're gonna bag it up on stream because I got limited room. We'll go back over some of the stuff as we're doing it. This is all the stuff we recently did right here. It's a whole bunch of needles. I'm just gonna put all of this in a bag together. I still think this needle minder thing, this would be a good gift if I glue the other magnet part down. Snaps. So you're gonna laugh, but this right here is, so Taco Bell has a has a $6 special, and they give you this box, and I actually have several of these that I use for different papers, and they all have cuts like right there, like you've seen. Yeah, this is mostly just the needles and snaps. As I mentioned, I have no idea what to do with a bunch of these, so eBay, Facebook, something of that sort for sure. I'm sure some hand quilting group that I joined 5 years ago will be very excited for a bunch of needles that I don't need. I found like maybe 3 things of needles that I want to keep, but the rest of these are not things that I use. Okay, we're going to do the buttons. I know that we're definitely going to have to do several bags of buttons. Because this is what the buttons ended up. It's a pretty decent box size. There we go. Again, I think these are really cute. I love these little micro ones. I like these stars. And we definitely have to go over all of these mixed bags on stream. I bet we'll find a lot of cute treasures on it. For sure. I'm gonna move the camera. I'm so excited to use these ones. I also did get some black sequins recently. I just don't know what to do with these ones. What else can you do besides put them in your hair? I don't know. I do think these holographic ones are the best that I got today, though. Like, they are so cool in real life. I hope they show up. I hope they show up good on the camera. The kitty buttons, they have a couple cute kitties. Some of these look way too rustic or cheap. I have doubts that if I just put this in here, I'm worried it's going to come apart, so let's put it over here. Such an interesting mix. This is already in its own bag. Okay, I guess we can fit it all in one. Maybe not this. This has got to go with the elastic. I also think this ladybug one, it's hand painted. I think this one is really nice. It's very glossy. Yeah, since all those were in their own bag, I got it all in one. Okay, one more bag. We'll fit all this elastic in here. Man, how am I going to do all those zippers? Like, that is just an obscene amount of zippers. How did I luck out and get that many zippers? I'm also going to stick these stickers in here. I really think those Mickey ones are probably worth quite a bit, as Sandy Lion stickers tend to be worth quite a bit. I was, there are a couple Sandy Lion Pokemon stickers, and I wasn't really hoping to find any, but it would have been like an amazing sight to see them, because those are extremely rare, because they were only produced for a very short amount of time. One day I'll find that, or I'll find some of the Neopets ones. People are starting to get to the age where Neopets was their childhood. Okay. I'm going to count how many zippers we got just for curiosity. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, yeah, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. This is such a pretty one. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. 61, 62, 63, 64, 65. 66, 67, 68, 69, 70. 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78. If we include the package one, that's 79. Just Wow. Fits almost this whole plastic bag too. Just like wow. Beads. I'm just gonna dump. Oh, I guess this one would count for 80. I really hope that these still work, but I mean, they're so old they might not. I'm gonna just let them sit over here and sit in the sun. I mean the overhead light. But yeah, there were so many beads I decided not to take. Like, I don't regret it. I have so many beads myself, and until I do more active stuff with beads, it's just a hassle and a half to list them when they don't sell very well. All right. So let's do all the embroidery stuff again. But man, she really loved this color. I mean, just look at all this. Look at how much is that, like, tawn brown color. It's like 2 different shades. And this silk thread again, like, this is probably like 20 bucks. Brand new. Because it's pure silk. Maybe more. I definitely have to look that up. Okay, one more small box, and then I'll put the Christmas stuff up as well. And then we'll bring in the thread. The thread is not as exciting, but I do want to get it sorted and into bags. Need to wash most of that fabric too. Again, I'm very excited about this package of straight pins. I have no idea where most of mine are. I know where like a set of like 20 of them are. This is so many sets. I get excited about the little things. And I mean, the other good part about this is that it saves it from eventually going to like a landfill or something, which is where a lot of people's just trash goes. And when you think about just how much crap people buy and just toss in the trash eventually because, you know, someone dies or they inherit it or they buy it and they don't want it anymore, it's a little bit disgusting. I've seen just like photos of people on Reddit who take a look at stuff, like they dumpster dive, and the stuff that they find is incredible. That's a whole bag itself. Look at that. I'm just going to stick it in here. I don't want to pull out another bag. I've already used like 7 of these bags. Okay, let's see if we can put the Christmas stuff in these smaller little bags. I think there's too much Christmas stuff for it though. I'm just gonna count these. I don't know if they're Christmas or not. They look like they're going in there. These felt gingerbread men look like they'd be fun for like a child's project. These holly are really nice looking too. Closer to Halloween, I'm just going to put all of this on Facebook Marketplace for $5. All this Christmas stuff, and someone will come get it, and I'll be happy. And they'll be happy. There's that gingerbread man. I don't know. His eyes still are just not, like, very appealing, but I'm sure someone will absolutely love him. Wow, it's already been almost 2.5 hours of me looking through this, and I'm only, well, okay, the thread won't be that long. These hats are really cute. Those would be like adorable Barbie hats or something. That's what they've got to be for. Okay, that bag's a little bit too big to close, but that's what we're rolling with, huh? Alright. So this is just a pile of assorted ribbon and junk. This is just going to go straight to the trash. It looks mostly like it's just crinkled. Okay. Time for me to go and get the thread. Be right back. Okay, so I got the thread. It's another box as big as the other U-Haul box. I'm gonna hydrate. Whew. But they're all in little sewing trays. So it's not a whole box filled with it. You're going to see my messy floor here for a second, because I'm not lifting this whole thing up, because it's going to tangle. There's my leg. So you can see it's a whole bunch of different little rows of sewing thread. We're going to sort them into boxes, and then I'm going to bag them up, probably off stream. You can see there's a decent amount of Gutermann thread already, if you know what those look like. Those are the expensive thread. There's also looks like a bunch of dual duty and hand quilting thread. Yeah. I will show more as we go on. We're just going to do one box at a time. So, Gutermann does make polyester thread. I know they're mostly known for their cotton thread. So, I'm going to start sorting these out by brands. I'm going to put the Gutermann right here. And after I sort them into this, probably throughout the night, I'm going to have to individually bag these up because thread tends to make nests if you let it. Even if it's in bags together and you don't move it around, somehow it will. This is a different brand. This is Mettler. I have no idea what brand that is. It's also made in Germany. This is the larger Coats and Clarks that they currently are not making. The 400, because of the pandemic, they switched over entirely to the little 180 rolls or the 220s. So this is 400 roll. 400 yards, that is. Now, if I was extra fancy, I would have like a mount right up here. Be able to do that, but I have not yet made a mount. In fact, I'm still using the same setup that I meant to make this as I'm tapping on it. I'm meaning to make this into a shipping supply container. You can see how well that's been going because I've been doing other stuff. Wow, just a lot of white thread. This would have been great last year when everyone just could not find thread. I know it took me forever to find thread, and I was buying like any that I had. I was using old thread. Like, I was so desperate last year to find just a white thread. Okay, so in the mids, like, when they were just introducing polyester thread, what they would do is use a cotton core with polyester on the outside, and the polyester they used was extremely... It did not, like... It crumbled. It wasn't elastic enough, so whenever you sewed with it and it got stretched, it would crumble. I was so desperate that I was trying to use a roll of that I had, and I would just use a little bit at a time, backstitch, and then go back and find a part of it that was not bad. And it was pretty desperate times to find that just white thread. So a lot of my stuff sewn last year was sewn in any color besides white because it was just gone. Black thread was almost as hard to find, but not as much as white. So these ones right here that are slightly off camera, these, actually I'll just put them right here. These are not for sewing machines. These are actually have a wax on them. They are called glazed cotton. So I actually have to use this every like 6 spools through my old machine because it lubricates the machine. But newer machines, you absolutely cannot use this in it. So these are gonna go in my hand sewing bag for sure. I can't resell those because I know people will will buy it because it's cheap. Those are like 99 cents for a full spool at Joann's, and these guys before the pandemic were like $6 a spool. And these are like 99 cents. Yeah, you absolutely cannot use these in a machine. It will wreck your machine. Unless you've got an old ass thing like mine. And even then, if I used it every single time, it would clog up too. This is another one that's glazed cotton. They don't even make that one anymore as far as I know. Okay, this is embroidery thread. This is DMC metallic for hand embroidery. I'm pretty shocked on that. This is kind of expensive. Okay, she must have been a hand quilter for sure then. Because I'm seeing too many of these things that are like this now. I mean, all the needles, all the threads. But she had like very expensive embroidery machines. Like, I don't know. I guess. Let me grab a pair of scissors. This has a little tail on it where it came undone. I don't think any of my other friends do as much hand sewing as I do, but if you see this and you are a friend of mine, and you want some hand quilting thread, basically you pay shipping. You can take as much as you feel like. I'm sorry if you see this on YouTube and you're a random person and you really want hand quilting thread. I give it about a month, because if it's more than what I can use, I'm probably just gonna Facebook it. But it's definitely not thread I could sell on eBay because of that. More Gutermann thread. This is hand quilting. Is this glazed cotton? Yep, 32% glazed cotton. Of course, I use any type of thread. I prefer like nylon thread whenever I'm doing Kanzashi flowers, because you can really pull it. But I'm not opposed to cotton thread, so I just always use white or invisible though. Oh, this one's got a tail. Let's wrap him up before I put him on here. These American quilting threads, they don't have a little notch in them for the thread, and they're very irritating. Coats and Clark's has a little notch right here. You can kind of see it. Where you can put the thread. And a lot of other brands have something similar. Gutermann has this little part at the bottom where you can wrap. Some of them you can actually twist off and store a needle or two in. But these have nothing. You get nothing. You get the cheapest thread. So part of this is me looking at them and putting their little tails in here, because again, if you don't, it's gonna go crazy. And if I can't get it within time, or if it's buried under the label or something, I'm just setting it down. It gets 20 seconds. Hand quilting. Oh, this one's got a tail. But yeah, if you don't sew, you might wonder, why do you have so many colors of thread? And that's a very good question. It's because you don't want the thread to show while you're sewing. You want the fabric to. I tend to not, I tend to do as little top stitching as I possibly can. So that it doesn't affect me. I'm good with like 10 colors. So if anyone can Google this for me, could you find out if Gutermann like ate up this company that's called Mettler, Mettler? Because I have a feeling, because it also says it's made in Germany. I have a feeling it's like Royal Lansing, where it was two companies that eventually merged. Sorry, guys. Yeah, if they were, you could have as much as you want. But that's all I got. I mean, I don't think I'd find any origami paper. Oh, that's great. I knocked it all down. This is another one. And he's got a tail on him, but he's still sealed. It's cotton. See, she must have really liked this tawny color, because look at how many rolls of this she has. Had, I guess. Hand quilting, cotton, pink. Oh, here is... Okay, so there is actually a special type of thread whenever you're sewing buttons on a shirt. It's it's a little bit, as I drop it, it's a little bit thicker than regular thread. This one has a big tail, so I gotta rewind it up here. Where is its little hook? Because it's a Coats and Clark's. I do know that older Coats and Clark's threads don't have this, have the little notch. I know people used to make it, so this must be old. So this is a very thick thread. It's about 3 times as thick as regular, and this is what you sew buttons to clothing. I have a tiny little spool of this, so it's nice to have another one. Oh. This is an old brand I don't recognize, Signature. It's hand quilting. Hand quilting thread, hot pink. Yeah. I was hoping to find more embroidery thread, but it seems most of it for hers sold. There are a couple here that I can use for embroidery, but a lot of this is sewing only. So after I go through my particular stash of thread versus these, I'm going to list a bunch of this. A little bit disappointing, but also the price I paid, I cannot, I can't be disappointed. Machine quilting. That's a different type. This is a really pretty color. Look at that. I bet... No, it's cotton. Well, okay. So embroidery thread tends to be a little bit thicker than cotton. I mean, just regular sewing thread. It's usually about a total of 3 threads thick because it's one strand is usually two strands twisted together, and they're about 1.5 times the size of regular thread. So you can technically use cotton thread for it, but it's extremely petite. Hand quilting, orangish, like a rust orange. Oh, and this is from the era when they started putting little things on them. Hand quilting. Yeah, okay, so I'm just gonna bundle up all this hand quilting stuff. And then if someone wants it separate. Okay, this one does not have a little notch. I think I'll get out the tape later and start taping them on. White thread. Hand quilting again. It's becoming it's a decent pile here. This is all the hand quilting so far. And this is just the first box. Dear God, we're gonna be here for a while. Okay, this is an older Coats and Clarks. Oh no, his butt came off. I'll just have to throw him in there for someone's... mm. So this is a very old roll. Its bottom is like, it just disintegrated. The thread's okay. It's just the plastic on it. Just, someone can have him for free. Get him out of here. It's actually Singer brand. I have no idea when they made thread, but it doesn't surprise me that they did. Alright, I'm rolling up this one that's got a long tail. It's like 20 feet of tail. Okay. There's another Metler. There's so many different variations of this dual duty thread too. This one has no label at all. I have no idea what you would be. I guess I gotta keep you. Another thing of hand quilting purple thread. Yeah, I'm just amazed at all this Gutermann brand thread. It is a quality thread. This is a very dusty roll, so give me a second. This had just absolute dust on it. Probably was like something that fell outside and got like out of the drawer and got rolled around for a couple of years. Machine quilting thread. Another Gutermann over here. A random earring. Okay, this is sulky thread. That's sort of rare. It's for hand embroidery. I guess I'll keep that. These are ones for machine embroidery. These suck inside regular sewing machines. Don't use it of that. His butt did come off. Oh, this is hand quilting thread that's multicolor. Huh. So this is Coats and Clark's 100% cotton thread. I know they don't make 100% cotton anymore. Like that's easily accessible. I mean, yes, they still make 100% cotton, but I haven't seen it in Joann's. I couldn't find it. So much hand quilting thread, like none of it's organized either. Oh wow, this one has a metallic spool. This is from the 70s, like when polyester thread was brand new. They would put polyester thread in, so this one is actual metal. This one is like a plastic. They look almost the same, but you can feel the difference in your hand. Let's see. Yeah, I have no idea about this Mettler brand. Here's another thing for buttons. And it says it also works on carpet. So, cool. So here's the first box. In the back corner is the Mettler. The right side back is the Gutermann. We've got assorted different Coats and Clarks here, and we've got hand quilting over here. So we're putting all the hand quilting in a separate box. Definitely going to give someone a great deal on this thread. Because I got it for a great deal. It is going to be a little bit heavy to ship. So I probably have to charge a decent amount for shipping. thread doesn't seem like it weighs a lot, but whenever you have a whole bunch of them, it do be like that, as the kiddos say. I'm sorry if you are a young child or teen or whatever age you are and you are offended by me calling you kiddo for using slang. I'm just old and decrepit and mom, so that's just how it goes. I mean you no harm. It is all in good fun. Gooderman. Okay. And yeah, I just don't know about this brand. I've never seen it before. Maybe it doesn't exist anymore. Well, that all tumbled. Coats and Clarks gets the big box because I have a good feeling that there's the most of that in there. It is by far the commonest thread. If you just go into Joann's, there's like 2 aisles of nothing but this thread in different types. And then I've got these other threads that I don't know what to do with yet. Okay. So taking the next. Since these are already sorted, I will just sort directly from this box. This is metallic thread. It says you can use it for, let's see, it says embroidery, cross stitch, overlock, and conventional sewing. I mean, technically yes. I would not put this through an overlock machine though. Metler. Oh, I do have another box over here. I just put it on this one. Alright, junk. Go in there. Gooderman. Coats. Hand quilting. Look at that tail right there. All-purpose Coats and Clarks. Strong, durable. Oh, this is J&P Coats before they merged with Clark. So Coats did threads, Clarks did zippers, and now you can get Coats and Clark zippers and threads. Dual duty, all purpose. Let's see, there's a bunch of Americana right here. And they have no little thing on them. So I'm going to have to tape each of these before I mail them out. Not looking forward to that part, but I guess I'll do them in between doing other eBay stuff, huh? Very pretty color. What is this? This is heavy. It's just called heavy thread. I'm gonna guess that it's like the button one too. I'll put it to the side. This is another thing of extra good button thread. I don't really need 2 of them, but we will do that in a little bit. Coats and Clark. Coats and Clarks. She really liked this color. There's more of this. Dang, almost 3 hours of me just looking through this stuff. And I'm still going. Did that the wrong way. It's Gutermann. That's that one. Hand quilting. Is this hand quilting? It is. This has no maker. Hand quilting. Hand quilting. So the reason that it is glazed whenever you're sewing is so it glides smoother, because you're using a needle to do stuff and you want it to pull. You don't have the tension of the machine, and if you just use regular sewing thread while hand sewing a lot, your hand's gonna cramp because you gotta pull them. But of course, that same wax that's on it will mess up your machine. These unlabeled stuff, I will just keep and use because not worth the time. It's actual wooden spool. Oh, I love these. I have a bunch of them, but I still love them. Man. Oh, I put those in the wrong box. Oh, goodness. No name. Coats and Clarks. Hand quilting. Gutermann. Machine quilting. Oh, that'll be a different pile, a different day. Hand quilting pink. Coats and Clark. Coats and Clark, and another Gutermann. So this is the top to the other embroidery thing, I believe, over here. Maybe. This just came from a very cheap, like, beginner sewing kit right here. I'll actually probably use these because I keep these spools just to whenever I just need to do a project with sorted junk thread by hand. I have a bunch of these, so I will put those over there. So these are what I like. These are the rayon embroidery threads. They're very nice. I can't use them but they're pretty to look at. These guys have no maker on them, but they're embroidery thread. I don't know. They'll be given to somebody. This is machine quilting, 100% cotton. It's like a variegated color. Soft pastel. Coats and Clark's Bach. Hand quilting brown. Hand quilting, oh, you get a long tail. Excel. Junk thread. I guess I'll use it up for crap. White hand quilting thread. Aw, he's polyester thread, but his butt's got a bite mark or an injury. I guess that's mine. This is how you have to keep the thread on, is with a little piece of tape. Unlabeled. DMC quilt. Huh. I didn't know they made that. Well, hand quilting box. Quilting and piecing. Okay. This goes in the regular box because it's not glazed cotton. Oh, look at this. Cloth World. Look at this old thread. This is probably that cheap polyester that is garbage. It's probably gonna go to the trash. This is foam right there. Put all these little babies over here. Quilting thread, patchwork. Oh, this is Japanese thread. This says Little House Rainbow number 40 quilt. And I do not remember what this is. Huh, I gotta look this up. I'll put him aside. Machine quilting, Coats and Clark's. So this is an old Clark's thread, since they did also do threads at some point, but they did zippers. This is old. Cotton covered polyester. Goes in that box. These are unlabeled. Oh, they must be DMC. They must have just lost their thing. Yeah, it's the same one as DMC. I did not know they did DMC like that. This is rayon. This is a bitch to hand sew and a bitch to go through your sewing machine. Gutermann. I mean, I see why people didn't just passed over most of this, because it's mostly hand quilting thread. But I've got a couple out of there, and you know, it's a thrill of the hunt. No name brand over here. Another little tiny wooden spool. It's a baby. Another thing of button thread. No name brand. DMC. DMC. Man, maybe I should have given the big box to the hand quilting thread, oh, since it's so many different makers. This is quite a used roll of Gutermann. Wow, look at that tail. Oh, no, that's cut. Coates and Clark, but the label fell off. Which, honestly, I'm guessing most of these no-name ones are. Hand quilting. Gonna reach an hour of nothing but looking at thread, and I know it's not very entertaining, so thanks for keeping me company. Yeah, these no-name ones seem to be Coates and Clark's, because some of them have the little ridges on the edges. Man. Any of these ones with the green label are Coates and Clark's hand quilting. Some of them are used. Some of them are brand new. It's very surprising. Oh, there's 100% cotton, little baby. This is dual duty cotton coated polyester, which is probably crap. Hand quilting times 3. Dang. I also had to put some of the stuff in sideways. So this is metallic yarn. Kind of cool, I guess. I gotta test this out to see if I like it or not. It looks like it could be something cool to use for sewing. Okay, so in embroidery, metallic thread is often called, as a nickname, the devil's pubes. No lie. Because this thread frays like crazy just by using it. Like embroidery thread, you actually have to do a couple different tricks so that it's not terrible. And as you can see, this one is used quite a bit. So I commend her patience to using this much embroidery thread like that. Well, gosh dang it. I just bought a thing of transparent thread. And in my hand right now is a roll of transparent thread that is also just like come apart, like all in this box. So I've got to re-roll it up. But dang it, I bought it on sale, so I got a good deal, but dang it. This is very thin, but this is good for attaching like sequins. So my pile. So this little pile right here, minus a couple of the embroideries, that's all I've been keeping so far. Just so when I get accused later by my mom of having too much stuff, no mom, that's all I'm keeping. Don't look at me. So these are silk ribbon, and when I've looked up these types before, these tend to go for like 8 to 9 a piece. Oh, you can't see it. So yeah, that's a little bit of money right there. Maybe we'll find some more down here. Maybe we won't. I don't know. Couple more sulky. All this embroidery thread. That's for like sergers and stuff. That's that's getting sold in a probably locally, because I know a guy who bought my last bit. Another thing of that. 2 more. Polyester embroidery thread. That'll go to him. Yeah, I sold a whole bunch of embroidery thread to a guy a little bit ago. Sulky, okay. And he does some sort of embroidery. I don't exactly remember, but I'll reach out to him again. Oh, I see Henry is tired of the stream and is now in Super Animal Royale. I don't blame him. Box of thread. When I have someone come pick up this stuff locally, they will take that from me. And yes, this is how they look whenever you get them. Usually they have like a piece up here that you're supposed to take off, which she did. Oh, wow. I wonder if this can be used for hand embroidery. I gotta look up this sulky stuff. This is very holographic. DMC. Hand quilt. Of course. So this is a very luxurious gold color. Some more sewing needles. These are actually nice ones. They're denim. Okay, let's look at all these little babies here. More sulky. Gutermann. Sulky. Gutermann. Metrocene. Oops, I went flying. More hand quilting. Okay, we're going with this other box over here because there's just too many. Machine quilting and crafts. Oh, that's Coats and Clarks. This has no brand. Hand quilting. We're almost at the end. There's one more of these small boxes here. Hand quilting. Dual duty. Extra strength hand quilting. Hand quilting signature. No name brand. But these are actually not cracked. So I will probably give these away to anyone who picks it up local. If I'm having to ship, I'm not going to do that because it'll break in shipment. This one has a tail that I'm fixing. Coats and Clark machine quilting. What did I see on Discord? So you can answer her eyes. So the metallic thread is actually thin layers of metal twisted around cotton. So it's about like 80% metal. These ones look like they might be 100%, which is uncommon but not unheard of. And yes, you can explain to Alia, they are really the devil's pubes. It frays because it's multiple layers. Sulky metallic. Some other embroidery thread. So this is not going to show up very well, but I'll take a photo of it. So this is one strand of thread. It's actually 3 small metallic thread around one cotton thread. And the cotton thread here has started to fray, and because it's fraying, all of the other metallic threads are also splitting into their constituent parts. So it's an absolute mess. Someone would definitely love this box. I do not have room for these, but this has got an interesting pattern on it. No. The camera has decided that it's just not, it's done with me today, to be honest. Also, I'm doing it too close, but, you know, I can give a little bit of blame on them. There are so many of the same duplicate colors on here. I am not even sure how I'm going to do this. I might do like 1 pack of needles and 25 threads. Hey, some more transparent threads. This is actually nylon. Well, I'm set on transparent. Look at all these green labels. Look at all that. Look at all those ones that are partially green are hand quilting. Don't think this one is. I think that's just a logo. No, it is. This is hand quilting. My goodness. And these say Hobby Lobby 205 on them. That's probably how much she paid. Maybe with their 40 off, maybe not. Clearance for $1.50. Another American quilting. An unlabeled black, but it feels like it's buttonhole thread. One other Coast & Clark, a Gutermann. Hand quilting. And what's this last one? Hand quilting from a different brand. All right. Whew. I mean, I definitely agree that most people would have taken a look at this and said, oh, yeah, that's too much stuff, but I don't know. It was fun to look through. I gotta take a look at some of these, see if they are... see if I can use some of these sulkies by hand, because I have a feeling that they're probably the kind that shred. So this is my pile / the embroidery pile. They kind of just shoved together. So these boxes are meant for the smaller ones. It's pretty obvious why there was only like a couple of the big threads in there, because this is meant for the little 180s, because this is too big for it, and this is what most of them were. But these guys fit. They fit just fine. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and bag this stuff up a little bit over the next while. This is what we've got over here. Huge box of hand quilting, plus another one on the floor. That big one of Coats & Clark's assorted. Back one is the Gutermann, and the other one is the other brand I already forgot. But it's been pretty fun. It's been almost 3.5 hours of me just showing off random threads and other crap. But I am ready to go stretch my legs a little bit and then probably go sit back down for the night. So thank you for watching. If you've for some reason watched this on YouTube and you watch all 3 hours, you're crazy. But yeah, I will see you later because I need a break.